States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Mr. Youngkins.
Here.
Mr. Stein.
He's running late, President.
Mr. Galvich.
On the phone.
Here. Mr. Ostrowski.
Here.
Ms. Pletch.
Here.
Mr. Shields. Here. Mayor False.
Here.
Assistant Chief.
Here.
Chief Coles. Here. Mr. Tuttle. Here. Mr. Bicey.
Here.
Mr. Kennan.
Here.
We have four.
Thank you. We have a public presentation. Jennifer,
Okay.
want to state your name and your company, please?
Sure, Jennifer Sars, I'm with MBM Law and MBM Collections. We handle delinquent tax work. Her instructions, I will keep this short and
You got it.
persuasive. We were asked today to talk about our delinquent collection program. I guess, I don't know, do you want me to do a presentation or do you want a question and answer? I can.
You can do both.
Okay, perfect, thank you. MBM Collections has been in the collection business for 35 plus years. I can stand here and tell you that the actual collection process is pretty similar from one collector to another. You send out a series of letters, you hopefully get paid. If you don't get paid, then you can move it to litigation, either a sheriff's sale or an assumption action at the district magistrate's office. So that being the case, and I don't want to bore you with that, I'd like to tell you why I think we would be better than anybody else. So first off, we focus on collections only, on delinquent real estate tax collections. As a courtesy, some of our clients do ask us to collect garbage, sewage fees, but our main focus is on delinquent real estate tax collection. So we're not burdened by current collections, we're not burdened by earned income tax collections like some other companies. We have we believe in security for the client. We have a dedicated bank account strictly for each of our clients. I'm sure you're all familiar with the essential tax debacle, as I like to call it, where they commingled funds with other clients, and when they dissolved, they had a receivership, and I don't think they still have figured it out, and folks haven't gotten any of their money, or not all of their money, I should say. One of the things we pride ourselves on is how we allocate our fees. Typically, with other collection agencies, if somebody provides a $100 payment, it goes to costs and fees first. We don't believe that's fair to the client. What we do is we allocate it. We give ourselves 10%, and then the rest of that money goes to penalty, phase, penalty, interest, whatever the case may be. So we always believe in paying the client first. We take a little nibble to stay in business, but other than that, you guys get your money. We get the money from the taxpayer. And you can, this is Falco. He doesn't typically handle delinquent real estate taxes, but he's here to
Answer any questions
Yeah.
about Katie's one.
Another big thing that I'm happy about and that we pride ourselves on is our customer service. We have a delinquent tax office up in Penn Hills. We have a ton of customer service reps. We have a ton of other people, but we always call back the taxpayer. I know that's a big thing with a lot of people. I just talked to a woman on the phone the other day, and collection agency wasn't calling her back. If you call in today, you're going to get either an answer today, or you're going to get a message saying, hey, we tried to call you, but we will return your calls. We focus on voluntary compliance. Obviously, we don't want a property to go to sheriff's sale, but if it comes down to it, we're not afraid to do it, but we would prefer people to stay on their own, and with that, we offer flexible payment plans. We offer a hardship payment plan, typically geared toward the elderly, people on disability, somebody that doesn't have the means or the resources to be able to pay like a normal, regular taxpayer. And with respect to that payment plan and with respect to everything, you're in control. If you want us to not offer payment plans at all, we do that. If you want to be tough, we can be tough. If you want us to go easy, we'll go easy. And we will certainly provide you with guidance, but ultimately, if you tell me I don't want to take anybody to sale, we don't take anybody to sale. You want to have a 10-year payment plan, I would not want to do that, but if that's what you're telling me to do, we would certainly do that for you. We have a proactive approach. We're in regular contact with the client, and the client has the same, is able to call us whenever. We assign you I can't remember what that word was, just customer service representative. That is not coming into my head today. So, that person will be responsible for all of the collections. That person will be the one answering phone calls unless they're on vacation or something. So that individual becomes familiar with the area, becomes familiar with the taxpayers. We have a yearly review with the client where we go in, we present you with some data, we show you how we're doing. Hopefully we see the collections go up and the delinquencies come down, which is our goal. We are very collaborative with our clients. I personally work with a lot of code enforcement individuals as far as getting information on properties. Should this property go to sale? Do you know who this person might be? And vice versa. I have one of our clients, they email me on a fairly regular basis, hey, we're trying to find this person because they have an ordinance violation. Do you know where they might be? I do some research. We have contact with them more than they may have, so any information that I have, I do pass it along. We collaborate with land banks. We collaborate, again, with the client. What you want, we're here to serve you. And then finally, and my other partner in crime, Lawrence Malo, who is on vacation and couldn't be here, would probably have put this at the top of this list. But we have software that allows us to provide you with reports. We provide you with standard reports on a monthly basis regarding the collections that would have happened that prior month. But if you tell me, I need a report for X, Y, and Z, as long as we have the data in our system, we can provide you with custom reports. It would just, depend on what we wanted. We could provide that on a one-off basis. We could also provide those reports monthly, yearly, whatever the case may be. So,
Yeah.
I don't know if that was quick enough or concise enough, but.
Let me just add a few things at the end here. One of the things that we pride ourselves on is I want to call it a proprietary nature of what we do. So while Jen is definitely accurate that a lot of things are the same, there are differences in our approach and the way we handle the accounts that really maximizes the collections for you. And I always like to give two examples when we took over for other collectors. One's an example of when we took over from another law firm where they were doing the collections for, in that case, it was a school district. We came in the first year and brought in 2.5 times more than what the other collector had collected. The other example I like to give is taking over from one of the other major tax collectors, delinquent tax collectors, I won't say the names, but they had been given warning that the client didn't like their collections, didn't like how vigorous they were going after the delinquent taxpayers, And so they really hustled in that last year, and in their words, brought in the most that they had brought in the history of their collections for that client. And it was a school district, and that number that they were proud of was $300,000, which sounds like a lot. We came in, they still transitioned to us, we came in the first year, and we collected 3 times, we collected $1 million in the first year, tripling their best collections. And we've maintained that same high level of collections for that client since that time. So while we're the same in many ways in the ways we go after taxpayers, we're also different because our program maximizes those collections for you. And those are proven examples in different situations where we've taken over from other collectors.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, Mr. Chairman,
Go ahead.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Has the company reached out to either the school board or the sewer authority on collecting fees also?
I don't think they have, Mike.
Okay, thank you.
Anybody else?
Customer service has been one of our biggest problems. Our customer service didn't even exist, basically.
Okay.
The former,
The reason why they're here, Brent, is I told them about the customer service, and her face, she was
this went on
appalled.
for many, many years.
I find that horrible. We do.
It's probably worse than you can imagine.
I will tell you, when I started doing this, there was a different manager there, but the new manager, she's been there 3 or 4 years now, has continued the reputation that I believe we have. People send us thank you notes. I think that's a.
Delinquent taxpayers.
Yeah. Send us-
Because you work with them.
We work with them, you know, again, within the parameters that you guys set up, but she had a whole bulletin board of, you know, Christmas cards or thank you notes, letters, things like that, just thanking us for helping them out. I find it remarkable.
Do we get reports now?
I don't know, do we? From,
No,
no.
nothing like concise, easy to understand it. I mean, I get an email here, nothing.
No, my question to you is the people we have now, we transitioned to the sewer authority to bring billing in the house.
Okay.
And we had a hard time getting all of our information from them.
Okay,
So that's gonna be a problem, I think.
okay.
Can you explain that?
They,
They're not willing, or what?
they said they didn't have certain things, and then they just didn't want to.
Obviously, you've done that before, had to go back to another, you know, taking over someone else.
Correct.
You guys know how to handle that.
Then I actually know your current delinquent tax collector, so I would hope that I would have maybe a little
Right.
bit more pull to get the information.
Okay.
Sure.
So, 2 questions. One, your fee, it just completely is just 10% of whatever the delinquent tax is.
Correct, and I should have mentioned that. We don't pay for anything. Per Act 20, Pennsylvania statute, all of the fees, share of sales are passed along to the taxpayer. The only case where you might pay some costs would be if we brought a property to share sale and it didn't sell, then the client is responsible for the costs and fees. But I typically do some hard research in looking at those properties before we take them to sale. I look at location, I look at condition. Like I said, I've reached out to code enforcement at times because sometimes it's fairly deceiving. I went out on a drive-through with one of our clients, and, you know, he showed me things that, the house looked nice, there was a crack in the foundation, and it basically, there was now a swimming pool in the basement. So I do rely on the clients when I need assistance. And I also have people, you know, taking a second look. It could be good in my eyes. I like to have somebody else look at it just to make sure I'm not crazy.
Yeah, in relation to that too, so with Act 20, and I'm sure your current delinquent collector explained that as well. Let's say that, going back to the example that Jen gave, that the taxpayer owes $1,000 in delinquent taxes, and they're going to be set up on a payment plan of that $100 a month until they get it paid off. You get 100% of that $1,000. As long as they're making their payments, you don't none of that money that is owed in delinquent taxes is taken away from you as the community. The taxpayer, that 10% that Jen mentioned, they're paying that to us. So they're paying the $1,000 plus the 10%.
Okay.
It's coming from them. And any other fees associated with the collection.
That's kind of where I was
And
getting
that's
at,
typical.
like, you know what I mean, just
Yeah.
to get a good understanding, because on $1 million, you're bringing in $100,000. You know, I'm just looking at like,
Yeah.
you know, is it worth the rub for you guys to bring in that kind of money for, you know, less profit there? But the last thing is like contract length. So if we do decide to go with you guys, I mean, is there a required time length that we would have with you
I
guys?
prefer a 2-year contract, just because I don't think the first year gives anybody a good idea of what you can do. You're transitioning over, you've got people who may have agreed to payment plans with the prior company, and we honor those payment plans. I don't want to have somebody who is current, is paying, I don't want them to have to get on any plan that, what may be, better or worse deal than what they had with somebody else. But I just don't think the 1 year actually gives you a good idea of what we can do. So I do like a 2-year plan, and then with 1-year renewals after that.
So,
You don't do an automatic renewal, do you?
It would automatically renew, you'd have to give your notice, which is the typical, I think,
But
60,
it's
90 days.
every year, you don't
It's
have to
every
wait
year.
multiple
You're
years.
not gonna renew for 7 years?
No.
No.
Are we currently under any kind of contract with our
We,
current?
we submitted a withdrawal from our current last
End of this year.
September,
And then it's your,
That's
to
the
give
end
us
of the
enough time to complete the contract.
okay.
How large is the collection staff of MBL? Do you have a lot of, because I've been in the other office before, I was wondering how it compares.
Yeah,
Right now, we have 23, both school districts and municipalities that we're collecting delinquent collection for. So right now, we have 23 accounts.
Correct.
In terms of the staff, I mean, we should separate, make sure that you understand, we're the attorney side of that.
Right.
So we have attorney Jen that's dedicated to delinquent collections for sheriff's sales and so forth, and a few of our other attorneys. In
We have the
office.
actual tax office, we have 6 customer service reps.
Okay, that's okay.
And, yeah, and
There's a
we have
manager, a
staff
supervisor,
too.
and a staff.
We have a manager, assistant manager, we have somebody that just does the posting. The woman that does the posting is actually bilingual, she speaks Spanish, so we've had to, on occasion, be able to use her for folks that had trouble with the language.
So you have a good
Oh
staff.
gosh, yes, yes.
so last question on that. In that 2-year contract, if there's, and not to say that there would be, but if there's any performance issues that do not get resolved like we're currently having,
You call
Is-
me. You call me, seriously, you call me.
I'm just asking because like I know right now we're just dreading to let this wind out and be done. You know, so I'm thinking like on a performance review, if we're not getting what we're looking for, is there like a time frame that we can say, hey, this isn't happening? You know, we want to terminate services based upon bad performance. Not saying it would, but I'm just,
Yeah, I understand. I can tell you I'm not high enough on the totem pole to give you a good answer for that, but I will ask Lawrence Malo, he's the class M in NBM, and he, along with myself, will run the tax collections. So let me ask him.
But I think that maybe we're going to be a little different than what you're used to. As Jen was saying, we're not going to wait and have the issues fester, right? We're going to be coming out to you, having meetings with you, talking to you, making sure that you're satisfied with our performance, okay? So it's not going to be a situation where you have to just let things simmer under the surface. We're going to be accessible to you. So hopefully, with that difference, any troubleshooting that we need to do, if maybe our client service reps aren't being considerate to the taxpayers, I mean, things that come to your attention, you get calls, you get complaints, you know, you make us aware of those. We're not just going to not address them, we're going to deal with them.
and I think that's great. It's just, I've been noticing, you know, I've been working, let's just say, in the volunteer services for almost 30 years and dealing with the borough. This is my first year. And I am appalled sometimes at how slow things are. So I don't want to sit there and wait a year or two to see if we have issues. It's just, for me, I'd rather say, hey, if we're not getting the answers within X amount of time, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, that, you know, we can say, hey, we're in violation of the contract, and like, hey, we're either gonna move on, or we gotta fix this, or something along those lines. It's just, I see like all this stuff, and we're going through it, and it just takes too long. I don't wanna sit there for a year and a half, or an extra year, 9 months, to just go, hey, well, we're just gonna bite our lip and go through it.
And that can work both ways also.
Correct.
On your side too, you could say, you know, we're not getting the information that we want. You know, we're not getting the information we need to function. You can go both ways.
Yeah, I don't think we've ever fired a client.
No.
I was just gonna ask you that.
Yeah, there is a first on there.
It would be a first time to be here.
And I would say I do like, when we do bring on the client, to have a meeting, borough manager, whoever would be, you know, most beneficial to discuss the criteria to start with. You know, you can tell me, I have general guidelines that I like to go by, but again, if you want that 10-year payment plan option proposed, I need to know it, so I don't give them a one-year option. But that's something we like to do when, you know, an onboarding of sorts.
Do we control that now? For, you know, she
Not
said
really.
that
What's the question?
the
Do we
payment,
can-
she said that she'll work with people to payment plans based on what we want. You know,
Oh, no.
5 years.
No, that's not
There's
happening.
nothing
No.
like that
We're
right
not
now?
involved in that discussion.
We don't have no discussion of that.
Really?
I was gonna say, the only thing I really like is that when a property is at sheriff's sale, and we have spent, or you have spent the $2,000 to get a sale number and a sale date, I like to get a down payment if we agree to enter into a payment plan. I call them our, you know, $5,000 Fridays, because most people end up calling me Friday before the Monday sale, panicked, despite having received probably, you know, 30 letters and at least 2 knocks on the door from the sheriff. They're all of a sudden shocked and dismayed that their property is going to be going up for sale. So I do like, if there's one thing I want to, you know, put my foot down on, is to continue that.
Because that's your leverage.
Yeah.
That's when they're gonna come up with the money that they
And
haven't
they,
come up with before.
amazingly, they come up with money.
Imagine that.
Is there like a typical time frame you wait before you start talking about sheriff's sale?
Well, we send out a series of letters, and it really depends on a case-by-case basis, only because you've got folks that will get on a payment plan, they'll make payments, and maybe they'll fall off, and then, you know, I have the ability to send out a certified sheriff's sale letter. We're required to actually be able to transfer those costs and fees over to the taxpayer. I'm required to send it out by law. So, yeah, we have that. Again, I have clients that want one payment plan, and if you don't hold up to that agreement, you're going to sell. I have others that, hey, we're gonna give you, you know, chances. And again, it's just what you're comfortable with.
And you don't want a situation where you have a viable property today, and then for whatever reason, they start going delinquent, and you don't want to wait, you know, 5 years, 10 years before you finally take action on it. You want to take action early enough that it's going to bring you money at the sheriff's sale, when it's still a viable property. So I think, again, we work with you to say, okay, do we wait 3 years? Do we wait 4? I mean, at what point, you know, do we make the decision to go to sheriff's sale so that the property doesn't fall into disrepair, neglect, and then you don't get a buyer at the sheriff's sale?
Does that time frame of when a property should go to sheriff's sale be in the contract?
I typically don't like that, just
Okay,
because
good.
there's so many different variables.
Okay.
My guideline is, again, I look at the property, I look at the condition, the location of the property. My goal is, you know, the end goal is not to sell the property at all. But if I have to sell it, I want to sell it and make sure that it actually gets sold and sale, and not waste your money. So I would maybe I look at a delinquency value of about $2,500, because that's what the cost would be. If I had to take it all the way to the end, the costs are about, roughly $2,500. Things did vary, but if it is delinquent by that same amount, it's, I don't want to say it's wash, but you're getting your money's worth, so to speak, rather than, somebody that's delinquent for a year for $100. I'm not going to waste $2,500 to collect $100.
Correct.
Right.
Okay.
Well, like I explained to you, we had a company that waits years and then sends
Yeah.
people.
No. Everybody gets a letter. We may not keep up with the letter, and I don't mean that in a bad way, but there's a small vacant lot that you can't build on, nobody's, fessed up to owning it for years. We send out that lien letter, initial lien letter, but again, I'm not gonna waste resources, money, time to continually send out letters, send out a sheriff's sale letter when the owner bought the property in 90, and we know that they're deceased. Nobody wants to buy the property, so a lot of it is, I wouldn't say experience, with having done this for so long, where I know what should be and shouldn't be.
Okay,
I got a question.
go ahead.
How many notices do you guys send out to the property owners a year to delinquent?
Over all of our accounts?
No, just like
If you were
say
delinquent?
if I'm delinquent, how many notices do you send out?
Hopefully just one, then they pay, but we send out the initial lien letter, which allows us eventually, if we need to lien the property, we can do so. We have a second demand letter, we have a final demand letter. I can send out a non-certified sheriff's sale letter, I can send out a sheriff's sale letter. Again, it depends on the person, the account. If it's the $100 situation, I'm not gonna, again, harass somebody necessarily over $100. They're gonna get a letter, but,
How long between letters is, I think, what he's thinking.
oh, I'm sorry.
But, you have to answer my question too.
Usually about, I would say 30 to 60 days, again, just depending, they'll get the series of letters.
Yeah, we're getting them, they're not sending them, maybe once a year or not at all, so.
No,
That's what I was just trying to see on that.
that's when I said, the people that wake up out of their comas the day before the sheriff's sale, they've not gotten just one letter.
And do you guys have like online bill pay or?
We do.
Okay.
Yep. E-check, credit card, there's a small surcharge if somebody pays by credit card. We don't accept cash. I find that that's just too, so I don't want to say suspect, but unfortunately, if somebody in my office decides they need lunch and pockets 20, I don't like, that's not something I want happening. So checks, certified checks, cash, or credit cards, e-checks, money orders, anything that I can trace.
Any other questions? Tim?
No, that's it.
Mike?
No, thank you.
All right.
Will I ask a question?
No.
Okay.
It's just a presentation.
Okay.
All right.
I thank everybody for your time.
Thank you.
All right,
Thank
thank
you.
you. Jennifer.
And if you have my business cards in there, so if anybody has any questions that they think of in the middle of the night, because I know this is such a just fascinating topic, feel free to give me a call or an email.
I
whatever
think
the
I
case
have
may
a
be.
double I have a double, I don't have yours, I think I have two of
That's right.
Lawrence's.
Well, then bother him. No.
Do you have any customers in this area?
We're listed on the second page.
Okay, I didn't see it, I didn't look at it right now.
Okay.
So we have Braddock, Cities, Haynes,
Okay.
Passports.
We'll check it out.
Yeah, we'll check it out. I didn't know it was in there. So,
No, that's okay, yeah.
all righty, any other questions? All right, thank you guys.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Any public comments?
I just have a comment or a question.
You gotta come up to the podium here. State your name and address.
Joanna Omen, I live really in Homestead, but I put up a house in Munhall at 515 Carolyn. You came and got the card from me a few months ago. The card, the plastic roller
Oh,
card.
yeah.
Okay. I was wondering if anybody has considered removing that no turn on red sign that's at East 22nd and Main Street where the Steel Valley Beer and Subway is, because there's no reason that you shouldn't
I agree.
right turns. And it's just, you know, the light cycle like 2 or 3 minutes long. Half of the traffic could be like alleviated if you take down that no turn on red.
Chief?
That's the state,
It's
ain't
a
it?
county road.
Is that a county that does
It's a
it?
county road, doesn't get to them.
The
I
county?
swear they changed the timing on that light years ago when they were doing all that work down there. That light going down.
There's a lot of
never-
complaints on that light.
I do
It
agree.
never
that it
used
should
to
a
be that
right-hand
short.
turn
They
lane.
broke the sensors in the street.
It's
Yeah.
terrible. Sometimes only 2 or 3 cars can get through that
I
light.
know.
The sensors are fixed now.
It seems to be a little better, I mean,
Um,
lately I thought it's been a little better.
It's been
I don't think it's gonna.
Anybody else got questions?
So we would have to approach the county if that's something we wanna look into?
Yeah, it's a county road.
Is that something we should do?
Yeah, I can follow with it.
Because I agree with that.
I do
It's
too.
terrible.
Now, if we actually thought about, can we follow up on that?
Yeah.
4 months from now, someone come in with the same question.
Right.
Hopefully, we'll do that.
Got it.
I can reach out and all the time.
I just paid that.
Right. Any other comments? No? Engineers report?
Yes, so the first item, PA Small Water and Sewer Grant, this is the one from 2020 that's expired at the end of the month. We did get Inside Pipe to come out and perform 5 days of CCTV cleaning for the co-stars in the amount of $36,992.25. KLA is assisting Nova Strategies as needed with the grant reimbursement. For Ravine Street bridges, KLH has prepared a detour plan for Ravine Street. The plan was sent to the county as well as PennDOT. KLH is pursuing quotes for implementation of the detour signage. And then KLH to assist Nova Strategies in applying for multimodal grant funding as needed, which we kind of need to make a decision on if we're going to apply and what we're going to apply for here soon. I think the deadline is the end of July for that. The next update, municipal separate storm sewer system, also known as MS4. KLH is working to revise the pollution reduction plan from the original approved plan completed by Hatch in 2017. The borough must reduce 10% of the existing sediment load by incorporating best management practices. The original plan accounted for the combined sewer system area which can be removed and decrease the number of projects and 10% reduction goal target. KLH recommends moving forward with at least 2 projects from the original plan. Revision of the PRP is anticipated for submission to DEP by June 30th. Creek Street Landslide Stabilization Project. KLH assisted Nova Strategies in applying for Act 13 flood mitigation grant funding. KLH has also prepared bidding documents and the project is ready to be advertised. The bid opening is scheduled for July 10th.
If council decides.
Yeah.
Let's do
Yeah.
it.
Yep,
Council's
I'm not gonna advertise until you
One way or
guys
the
tell us
other,
to do
yeah.
so, but we're ready to go whenever you guys give us the go. The Main Street Rehabilitation Project, KLH held a pre-construction meeting with both contracts on May 18th to discuss scheduling. I think we have a path forward now. The anticipated start date for construction I have on here is June 15th. Talked to them today, they're pushing it back 1 week due to materials and things like that. The start date is being driven by the delivery of the light pole foundation, so until they have those, they actually can't start the work. So that has been one of the biggest holdups. So once that comes in, they're ready to start. 2026 road paving program. Redstone Excavating is aiming to begin work over the next 2 to 3 weeks. This start date is dependent upon completion of their current project. We're next on the list, so once they finish up what they're on, they're coming to Munhall next. The blight removal program, the Act 152, KLH prepared bidding documents and the project was advertised on Sunday, May 31st. The bid opening is scheduled for next week, Tuesday, June 16th. So pending, it's a good bidder and a good number, you guys should be able to award it your next meeting next week. And that's all I have unless there's any questions on anything on the report.
Anybody got any questions?
Not so much that is, but do you have anything in your paperwork that was handed over to you as far as the overhang that was going to be designed for the stairwell here? That was a year ago. We kept getting flooded out during major rain events here. We decided on an overhang. The engineer said they were working on a design for it. Haven't seen anything since. You aware of any of that, or the manager?
I am not.
It's that door
David?
right behind
We
you.
haven't heard anything from them.
It's been over a year.
Yeah, we'll talk about that after.
Okay.
I'll
Yeah,
show you where we're going.
I apologize for that. I
No,
don't
no.
know where, but I'll hop on there
He
right
said
away.
it was in the engineer stages a year ago. Another issue is Briley Lane redesign. He said he was working on that, nothing ever happened. Bradley Lane redesign. Oh, yeah,
KLH, Matt?
yes.
Okay, that's one.
I talked to
didn't know
him.
if you were talking about.
Dave did, and I know I did, personally talked to him, redesigned that whole intersection, traffic flows. And I don't know if Bob ever got involved, but nothing ever happened to him. Bradley Lane and Roberta Drive intersection and the overhang.
Okay. Well, I apologize if that wasn't taken care of, but I'll
No.
up on that right away.
That
Nothing.
intersection, I remember, it was brought up over years ago.
More than once.
Yes, it has. All right, is that all you have? Tom?
Yep.
Thank you. Can we get code enforcement?
And you have a copy of my report. The only thing I have to add is that I met with Cindy from the stamp evaluation program on Monday. We spent around 4 hours together. She had several good questions, and also I drove her around the area. She was really bewildered how Homestead and Munhall's, how some streets are half Munhall, some are half Homestead, blah, blah, blah. She was real surprised with that. But the evaluation went pretty good.
Any questions for the code enforcement? Public Works report?
Well, we're getting ready for the big 125th celebration.
Yes, we are.
I'm keeping that busy.
We talked to Jeff Cummings, the sales rep for the electric garbage trucks. We're down to 1 to 2 weeks now. So that might be sometime in August. But he said 1 to 2 weeks for the first one.
For the first one, what about the other two?
So that might be 1 or 2 years.
Oh my God.
That's pretty much all I have.
All right,
I
thanks.
have a question for Bob.
Go ahead.
I go to Wood Hill and Troutman now, grandkids, and the grass needs cut at both places. I got up there yesterday and they were all, I want to go home and get my lawnmower, but that's gonna happen. Anyway, there's 2 steel lockers, old metal
Troutman?
Troutman. The kids were playing in them. Did you see the steel doors?
Yeah, I got rid of one of them a couple years ago.
They're behind the batting cages.
Yeah, I know.
There's 2 big doors on them.
Council
Kids-
wants me to get rid of them, I'll take care of it.
They're horrible. I mean, kids take their fingers right off. They're playing. They're big metal doors. This is metal plate.
Nothing in them?
Nothing. Garbage. Old fence.
I'll get them out of there.
Yeah, did that belong to us? I imagine.
I don't know. They-
No one's using them.
They're on our field, we can get rid of them.
They're behind the small field, right, Bernie? Behind the little field,
The
right?
batting cage.
The batting, right, the batting,
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
the
yeah,
batting
right
cage,
there.
right there.
Those
They
are
are-
the smaller field.
They're like, the kids are in playing, and I think, they're not gonna be easy to move. That's how big they are.
Yeah, I know, we got tobacco.
Okay.
I'll get them out of there.
Thanks for putting that sign up there on John Street too.
No problem.
Hey, Bob, do you think we'll be able to, I'm having trouble getting a tent to cover the stage. Do you think we'll be able to maybe get some coverage over this
I
somehow?
ordered 2.
No, they're not gonna be big enough. That's, the tents we ordered
They're
are
2
gonna be
10 by
for the
20s.
picnic tables. I don't think that'll cover the stage. We ordered 2 10 by 20s. But that won't cover the 20 by
That'll
20
cover
stage.
half.
Yeah, it was 2 10 by 20s, we made 20 by 20.
Well, then you have a seam in the middle and the water's coming down through.
But we'll take a look at them. They're coming in Thursday, right? They're coming in Thursday. We'll take a look, see how that'll work.
Okay.
Because I do want to cover the stage, plus we're getting a bunch of stuff from the waterfront to cover some stuff for some of the eating areas and seating. But we'll talk about that tomorrow.
All right. Any other questions for Bob? Police chief? Or assistant chief?
Council has a copy of the police report. This will be the police report for May 1st, 2026 to May 31st, 2026. 743 calls for service, 33 arrests, 147 traffic stops, 96 traffic citations. Police testing / hiring process has started. The physical agility test was completed, followed by the written exam. As we speak, the oral interviews are being conducted by civil service and the panel on the police station side. I'll also, once I'm done with my report, I'd like to go join them and see if they
Okay.
can. Okay.
How many actually came for the testing today?
We were at 9, and they're slotted at different times, so I'm not certain if all 9 will show or
All
not.
right.
Officers did a walkthrough of the new elementary school with the school resource officers to discuss safety plans responses to the new facility, as well as the entire complex and campus. Annual training requirements are underway, weapons qualifications, things of that nature. Many officers that like thirst for knowledge are just taking a bunch of training courses in a variety of topics as well.
Training's always good.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah. Lots free and some does have a cost. The Munhall Police General Investigations Report investigated 2 child lines, assisted the patrol elements with 7 incidents, conducted 27 general follow-ups, 9 interviews were done, 3 video or evidence canvasses, 2 community relations, 4 times they were assisting other agencies. Administration details, they conducted 23, 1 meeting, 3 fingerprints, 1 PICS check, 3 elder abuse reports they looked into, 4 days at the weapons qualification range. One item of property was returned, 52 were destroyed, 9 trips to the crime lab, served 5 court orders, and 1 court appearance, and again 4 training days, and processed 2 stolen vehicles that have been recovered.
Good job. Thank you. Any questions for the Assistant Chief?
One question. Your meeting with the school and the walkthrough about safety around the campus, did you guys discuss traffic issues?
I knew that was coming.
Thank you. Well,
We
the
did.
school's not even in right now, and I had Public Works put a second one-way sign on John Street, even though there's one directly across on Woodlawn. But the drivers and the delivery people are coming up Oliver, delivering to John, and then making a left on Woodlawn back down to Main Street. I would have loved a no left-hand turn sign instead, but
I ordered it.
thank you.
Might take a week, but I already ordered one.
Thank you.
Most of them both will be
So
there.
you were just trying to do it for now?
I was just trying to put something else up to help, but I did order
Thank you.
signs.
Thank you. Like the people that live on John, the people that live right there are nervous driving in and out of their properties because cars are coming everywhere. And they're doing it on James too. And I'm like really concerned that once that school starts, it's gonna get worse.
Yeah, not only the campus needs looked at thoroughly, but those, like you said, all the streets that'll be affected with the coming and goings of 3 major schools plus entries. So, yeah, maybe more signage, but also, yeah, that'll clog up some of those other areas and intersections as well.
I'm sure the first few weeks will be a work.
Yes,
Till
absolutely.
everything gets,
Yeah.
you're not gonna know what to do until it happens.
Yeah, we'll be working closely with the school, the SROs and the street
Any
officers.
other questions for Assistant Chief?
Well, one thing I heard about the traffic study showed that all traffic was supposed to go down Oliver to go to the to the elementary school, and all bus traffic was to go up Woodlawn. That was it.
That's what I heard too.
That was it. Now,
That's
who's
not
gonna enforce
stop the
that?
cars.
Who's gonna enforce that?
Yeah, that's not gonna stop the
But that's
cars from coming up Charles Street to run
Or you can come up Woodlawn and leave your kids
one way,
behind by my
'cause
house.
They do it now, and then have their kids walk in through that driveway is what's gonna happen.
Oh, it's gonna be a mess. And Mel's gonna enforce it, so,
You're gonna have to wait and see what happens.
yeah, I mean,
True that.
but we've had issues, I mean, I know Ed was always upset with, when they used to play football up there, people would come the wrong way, all the time.
Yeah, you
And
know,
and the emergency vehicle couldn't get around there,
correct.
because they just couldn't do it. But, I mean, we'll have to deal with it. But that was the school's game plan, that was the traffic study. Only buses are to go down Woodlawn.
That was the last I heard as well.
All right, any other questions? Fire Chief's report?
Thank you, Mr. President. For the month of May, the Bureau of Fire had 58 calls, 32 in-town, 26 mutual aid requests. Our average times were from dispatch to en route was 3 minutes and 23 seconds, dispatch to the first unit on scene at 5 minutes and 25 seconds, and we averaged a little over 25 minutes on scene time with the calls. We did have one minor finger injury at a training session. That member is back to full duty. We're setting up for the 125th anniversary, and we had A total of 30 members assist with the Girls on the Run race between the 4 stations to block off Waterfront Drive with that. And that's about it.
Any questions for the fire chief? Again, Glenn, thank you and all the guys for what they do. Dave, you want to find consideration?
Sure. I sent, as you, I think, saw, I sent the draft letter to the members of the Senate regarding Senate Bill 1150, which affects the ability to amend the with a majority vote within 24 hours of a meeting. With any comments on that? Change that. I'll put your name on that for you to sign, Rob.
Yeah.
So 2 places to sign, but if everyone's fine with it, I can just put that out tomorrow.
Yes.
I mean, maybe we can, and the letter's great, but just want to announce on Saturday, we're gonna have them all there.
Yeah.
I got commitments from, of course, Goganauer, Piscitano, Summerlee's coming, Sarah Inamorado is coming out.
Aaron Adams?
Aaron Adams is coming, yes, Aaron Adams is coming also. So we have a commitment from all of them to be there. They're all gonna be there between 3 and 4 o'clock. Because I didn't wanna have to stop for presentations every half hour, so I've asked them all to be there between 3 and 4 to do presentations, and then council will have a good chance to talk to some of them there.
So as I mentioned in the email, Monday, whenever I sent that email, it's unlikely to get it stopped, but we might be able to get some sort of an amendment added to it, but unlikely at the Senate, but maybe at the House level. So we'll want to put pressure on our House reps. I don't even know if they've even introduced the bill, so it might not go anywhere, but I'll keep you posted. I'll send that out tomorrow. I noticed that ALAM also sent out a notice about that, saying.
Yeah, I saw, Jason and Davick sent it out. And there's a meeting with ALAM, well, it's not with ALAM, the Bars Association meets tomorrow out in Brentwood. I'll be going there, but there won't be any, they're all in Harrisburg right now, these state reps, and they're all out there working on the budget.
Yeah, I mean, I called Dan, but he was in the floor, he couldn't.
Exactly, yeah, they're all out there now.
All right, Queen Street landslide, there's a lot of opinions regarding this one here. We have 2 options, as I mentioned last one. We can wait for grant funding, we've already applied for the grant, that's been submitted, or we can proceed more immediately. We're basically set to do either path, whichever council wants to move forward.
I'd like to see what it's gonna cost.
So we want to put it out for bid.
I would say at least that we know what we're looking at.
We already have numbers, do we?
Yeah, but I got numbers from somebody else that came to look at it, and it's a lot lower than that.
I have gotten land access agreements signed by everybody but Richard Granger. But we haven't been able to get him yet. But everyone else has signed a willingness to allow access when we get to that point for the project. So that's all ready whenever we do want to proceed. So we need to get that last one signed. So I don't know if anybody has questions or any ideas on what we should do.
Anybody got any advice?
Do we have some agreement signed that once this work is done, that it's back on their property?
Yeah,
it slides again?
It's only access, it's not getting control of the property.
No.
I know what Timmy's saying. What Timmy's saying is if we complete the work, the borough doesn't own the work anymore after the work's completed.
That's gonna be impossible because the DEP says we own the walls.
But we don't own the slide.
We own the walls, but the walls is.
Well, we own the slide now because we shouldn't have been up there in the first place.
Past that.
Or private property. Yeah, we are past that, I agree with you. But if we own the walls in the creek.
Is that what the DEP said to us?
This is all very vague case law. There's debates on both sides on who actually controls the streams in the Commonwealth. You'll get opinions from DEP, from different lawyers, it can go one way or the other, and it's not clear right now at this point in time. DEP has only instructed us you are required to fix this problem. It says nothing else because they're not required to say anything else.
Okay.
Because they're
So-
covering themselves.
So why don't we do, like, there should be probably two things, regardless if we have to pay for it or get a loan to do it, or however this ends up going, right? We should at least have it out to bid to do the actual, to get an actual cost, right? That way we know what our meat and potatoes is. After that, if we can even have Greg look into it, because Tim, I kind of agree with you, like, if we're gonna fix this and it's still private property, you know, we're gonna fix it for you this time, and then after that, maybe it's like, hey, you're on your own, because if, do we have to go back and maintain it? Then there's an extra cost associated with that. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of those things that could really make something, like, tie us into that for, like, ever.
Well, we'll see what Greg says.
Yeah.
I don't know if that could be legal, because that creek is a storm system. And the borough put all them walls in.
I understand that.
We understand.
But you cannot make the people be responsible for that storm system that erodes another wall somewhere down the road or whatever, and it's been neglected down the road like it's been for years.
No, I want them to be responsible for the hillside that is their property.
The hillside, yes, that's fine.
That hillside is their
But
property.
the hillside wouldn't have moved if our walls didn't fail.
No, the hillside wouldn't have moved if we wouldn't have went on private property and started drilling test holes.
Well, that was KLH that did that.
It wasn't KLH that did it. You told Seth to send the crew up there.
No, I
and
did
start
not tell
drilling
Seth to send the
holes.
crew up there.
Let's be real about what happened with this.
Seth said that he was
in front of
sending
your
the crew
friend's
up there.
house, and it's out here we go, Dave.
Yeah, it's here we go.
Okay, anyway, let me, I think, let's
It's
kind of off
just being
track.
honest.
I want to say this here. You make a good point here, Tim, because the fact that, okay, let's say we fix it, and we're not gonna fix it permanently, we're gonna fix it for, I could say, 50 years. Are we then still obligated at that point, because we'll rectify the problem we created when we put the stone walls up? That's the question. That's a good
Don't
point.
matter.
And if the hill came down without the wall failing, then it's their fault, not ours.
Well, yeah, but let's say we fix it and solve the problem we
Correct.
created.
And that's all I'm
30, 20
saying.
years, whatever.
In 10 years, it happens again. God forbid the hill slides back further and washes into the creek. Or we end up there and fix it again, because, oh, no, we did
Not
the
if the creek
original
didn't
work,
cause it.
but we're fixing that hillside. So all I want something to say is
That
that
we're
once
not
we get
owning
the
the
work
hillside.
done, we're not owning that hillside.
What I understood, you wanted them to say that they were gonna be responsible for their wall too.
The wall was us.
Okay.
Then
I agree with you.
But that
I figured you guys
hillside,
were in agreement, that's why I was trying to push it forward.
the hillside, I don't want to be liable for that.
Put that on record, they agree.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying, because the whole thing is, if the wall fails and we put it in, and then we're liable, I got it.
Right.
You know what I mean? If they piss with the hillside and do whatever and something happens, do you know what I mean? We don't wanna be held responsible for that again. So, I agree with that. So, I mean, once we get our numbers back, we get all this stuff done, we can say, hey, it's gonna cost us 1.7 million, here's what it is. And then in order for us to move forward with this, we now need you guys to agree to take the ownership of that once repairs are completed. Do you know what I mean? And as long as you have someone signing off on that, then they would feel comfortable with it. I think it's a no-brainer at that point, because they're getting everything fixed for free.
Do we,
Correct me if I'm wrong, this was bid out in 2024.
yeah, yes.
But now it needs to be rebid again.
Right, well, so we have numbers.
I don't think they're still good though.
I would think if you can add inflation to that for 2
Yeah,
years.
we can do that.
I mean, I think it's gonna be a ballpark, but I mean, is that gonna be enough to get us grant money?
Well, we've already submitted for the grant, so, I got an email today.
We needed to go out for bid, because we have a person that's gonna be a lot lower than the bid they had in '24.
October is when we fulfill.
And that's fine, I was just saying, we're doing it just to get a number.
Right.
We have numbers.
But we need to know that person's real number with the other companies too, to see if he's the lowest.
So, are you guys gonna put it out the bid or not? I mean, we talked about it, but no one sat here and said, hey, are we gonna put out the bid?
I think we should put it out to bid.
I do too.
We'll put it out the bid. But no, all we did was push it on for a second. We were getting ready, it's been another month. So that's fine, put it out the bid, see what happens.
Okay, Ravine Street detour. I sent out the map, I think, well, I don't know when I sent it, it's recent.
Excuse me, the cost on some of them signs, is that for the whole length of the project?
Let me explain this
Okay.
thing I said here. This is, the top number is the cost per month we would pay them to rent the signs. The other remaining things in this list is the cost if we bought it all outright, totaling $30,000. So if we rented it out, we would spend $1,400 a month, rather than set it up, rent the signs, and then clean it up and we're done. Or we just buy it for $30,000, but I also asked Bob to give me some prices of the signs as well, because I can't imagine we couldn't do better than $30,000 for signs. I don't know, but I told him about it yesterday, so he hasn't had a chance to really delve into it yet. But I mean, I think the best thing to do is maybe rent it out for 1 or 2 months and then replace it with our own signs. That would hopefully be a lot cheaper.
I'm sorry, is there a way that through the county, can we get signs out of the county? Because they do have a sign shop. So, can we talk to the county maybe about getting these types of signs?
Good idea, Mike. Can we just borrow some signs from the county?
They probably have plenty.
Yeah,
I mean, PennDOT has a sign shop also.
somebody.
All right, well, we can definitely look at
Look into
that
it,
too.
yeah.
Mike, do you have a good contact for me?
I believe we could probably talk to George Thompson.
Okay, yeah. I've talked to him before, so okay.
Well, if we're gonna rent them, you said rent.
Well,
for
the
like
nice
a
thing
month
about
or two,
having them
but-
rent, the first thing we'll know exactly where they're gonna put them.
Well, I'm thinking it's gonna be like
2
2
years,
years,
yeah.
and at
And we
2
did the same
years,
thing,
at 1,400 a month is
33,000.
$33,600.
No, it definitely makes sense if we're gonna do it, buy them.
I like the idea of borrowing.
But
I
borrow.
like the idea of borrowing too.
But I
Borrow.
think renting them lets us see exactly how they put them out
Got it, okay.
for 1 month.
And then he'll be moving it forward.
And then make sure we get enough of the signs and.
And then get enough signs for the next month or 2 months maybe, make sure we get them from.
Grab Sarah out of Morado this weekend. We need
Yeah.
signs.
All right.
So that's where we are right now.
Yeah.
I think we should just rent it for 1 or 2 months,
All right.
and then try to get them in that contract, however we can. All right, update. So as you know, I was at the conference last week. I have some highlights I wanted to bring to council. I can also go into more later as well. The legislative panel, there's nothing new there. There's always talk about trying to remove newspaper as a requirement for public advertising, but as of yet, that still hasn't moved through the legislature. There was also talk about stormwater fees because a month ago, there was a Supreme Court case that basically said stormwater fees are not a fee, but they're a tax. There was criticism by the panelists that it's more of they disagree with their assessment of the Supreme Court, there's nothing you can do about it. So to clarify that, there was talk at some point of maybe instituting a stormwater fee in Munhall to help cover the cost of fixing up some of the stormwater problems we have.
And you could do that if you gave it to the storage system.
An authority can institute a fee, a municipality, the borough cannot.
Right.
Which is what the limitations
Wow.
is.
Didn't we always know that?
Yes.
We always do that, but now we can't do that at all.
Can't do what?
Stormwater fees.
But they can.
No,
You can't.
no.
No one can do it.
No one can do
Not even the
stormwater.
sword.
Nope.
We don't want it.
Right.
So that's the summary of the case. I mean, you can make a tax. You can do a tax and say this is a stormwater tax.
The only one can do the tax is the municipality.
The municipality is only to do a tax, yes. So that was a big
I
discussion.
think more like a line item tax.
Yeah.
Right,
It's,
almost like a garbage fee. but-
yeah, or you just raise taxes and just
Right.
put more in the budget.
We don't have enough in the budget for it right now.
We have some, but you know,
Not enough to cover.
not to do like
Not even
many
close.
hundreds of thousands of dollars we need to fix up all our
Yeah.
catchment basins.
Not to even maintain the property.
Yeah, exactly. We're making progress, and we do have a P small water.
That's why we were trying to give it to storm.
Yeah.
Stormwater, the storm authority.
So that's where that is right now, at least. There was an interesting session on fire departments for the Commonwealth. As you can imagine, it was interesting. Mostly it was about recruitment and getting enough volunteers, which is a problem across the whole state, and the cost of vehicles. That was really big concerns, but we all know that, you know. a couple of other highlights here. A lot of people talked, emerging trends in land use, a lot of people talked about the data centers, which isn't a problem for us because we have no place to put a data center anyways. But Airbnb has also been discussed, and I know there's been some talk, as Jason mentioned, he wanted to look at that. Because we have 7 Airbnbs in town, and he didn't think the one place by the library, was it? It's right by the library, right?
Well, it's not there yet.
Is a different one because it's multi-units, is that what it is?
Well, they're all multi-units.
Okay,
A
well,
lot
I mean,
of
anyway,
Airbnbs, you can have maybe 4, right now, you could have 6 unrelated people live
okay,
in a house.
got it.
We have 2 up on Main Street, we have 1 on Wandera, or actually Homestead Duquesne Road. We have 1 on Margaret Street, 1 on Louise Street, and 1's going down on 11.
So
There used to be 1 up on Union, but he's no longer doing it as Airbnb. And there's also 1 on 12.
Well, I mean,
So,
yeah,
the Airbnb, I know the one down by the library has been a hot topic because a lot of residents down there are upset about it. I know that one. Did he ever get a building permit for that?
He don't need one, I told him he has to go through code, says blah, blah, blah. There's 2 actually right down by the library right now, like I said. There's 1 on Louise Street, which is a block and away, and there's 1 on Margaret Street, already.
Because I know somebody that I walked through that building on
Louise Street's a
11th Avenue, and there's supposed to be 4 kitchens got built.
No, he said there's no kitchens in, there's one kitchen.
Yeah.
I heard there's 1 big kitchen and 3 small kitchens for all the units.
I didn't go upstairs.
Did you go upstairs?
I didn't go upstairs. He wasn't there to allow me in, so.
can you set an appointment and do a tour through the building?
but I mean,
He actually sent me an email describing what he's going to do. He's actually going to use it for his family gatherings also.
Karen just told me that the one on Louise Street, they charge by the room. And that's really not an Airbnb, it's a flop house.
It's a hostel.
Right? What's the definition of an Airbnb?
Short-term
Run
rental.
it like a hotel.
But
But you can rent out rooms.
You can rent,
Just
yeah, you
rooms.
could, I mean, it's like,
Yeah, they do it.
there's a lot of places down in Oakland that have it, like where students go there. They have 3 kids on a, or 3 kids rent a house. I mean, Airbnb, I mean, these Airbnbs, there's so much you can
Do we
do.
make them have a license?
We have
and
actually one up on the old superintendent for Still Valley. He has a house up on, what is that, Westall, or
He lives on my street.
no, he does, on, not James, Charles Street, or not Charles, right off on Oliver, that little, up by your house. He lives on the corner, he lives in the house, and he rents his 2 bedrooms out to other people.
I guess.
I know what you're talking about.
but we don't have any kind of an ordinance.
Yeah, we don't have an ordinance.
So
If
it's
we
something-
can't,
That's like a bed and breakfast then.
no, because you don't cook breakfast for him.
Well, it's just called a bed and breakfast.
Because he's just renting his rooms out.
You know what, it's a short-term rental.
Well, I mean, okay, say I have 4 kids, I have 4 bedrooms in my house.
Yeah.
All my kids move out, I could start renting my bedroom out,
Yes, you can.
you know?
Yes, you can.
So,
And I do think that we should talk about some kind of ordinance.
Cannon Hotel.
Other places are like making the owners live 25 miles from the property, making them obtain a license and permits that they have to pay for from the borough.
last BCO class I went to, they said, if you don't have an ordinance, just treat it as a regular rental property. Try to inspect it 1 to 3 years, go in there and make sure it's up to code.
No, I think we should be.
Well, we don't inspect our own
Have a
properties
license
now.
and a permit.
Whenever it's up to.
I do.
through-
How do we
That
even
way
know
he
where,
knows
how do we
what's
even know where
where.
they're all at?
Well, that's why.
That's another thing, it's hard to find, I mean, it's hard to find rental properties.
How do you know where they're at?
Wow.
How did you find out? where-
Rumor.
Rumor,
Yeah.
Okay.
I go on, Airbnb sites,
Go to
pull up things.
Airbnb and
Yeah,
Search Munhall.
search Munhall.
yeah.
And it comes right up.
Yeah.
No, it don't come right up.
Wow.
No, it don't come up.
You
It's not there.
can search by the map and you can see,
They don't give you the exact address.
No.
but you can look at the pictures of the house and say, oh, I've never rented a house in that. I mean, that's how I found the one in Homestead.
Okay.
I think that we should
What's Homestead doing?
be able to track them.
They get treated just like the regular business. You get, go through inspection once a year and all that.
See, they have a
Is there a
business
license fee
license.
or anything
We have a license fee.
for the Airbnb?
Yeah.
Okay.
See, Homestead has a business license fee, we don't.
Has what?
A business fee,
We have a
business license.
business privilege tax.
Yeah,
We can't have that because it's been grandfathered away
Right.
since '88. We can't have a business privilege tax model.
because we didn't adopt it back then.
So,
Right. You're grandfathered in. Homestead.
but we know, I just went on there and started searching. I was a task guy for 1 week and you start searching through and you find, it's easy to find.
Well, that's actually,
Sorry.
no, sorry, it was something we were going to talk about later, anyways, but that's fine. We can wait. A couple more things from the conference. One thing that the state's funding, it's moving towards in terms of funding is basically funding that fits into a broader planning goals of the municipality, which will work well once we get the stamp consultancy done, get an actual planning and a 5-year plan, strategic plan, all that stuff done. We can always point to that, and when we apply for grants, to give ourselves a stronger case for the funding, hey, this fits in with our existing goals. So definitely want to move towards that when we actually get that in place. I don't know if you noticed, but every year PSAB does a wall calendar of 13 boroughs, nice pictures. We've never been featured, as far as I know. Anybody have any good pictures of Munhall that I could send them to them and maybe get their annual calendar? Anybody? Just something would be nice. All right, well, think about it.
You might want to contact Ray Highline for that.
You know what, we have a ton of pictures.
Mark
Between
Fallon.
Mark Fallon
Between
and
Mark
Ray Highland,
Fallon.
and they've been giving a lot to me lately.
Mark Fallon.
Not old pictures, like new pictures, like pretty.
Well, I don't got no pretty pictures, I got old ones. Mark
I'll
Fallon.
take a picture
They're all-
of
Yeah,
on
Mark-
West Street.
Mark's not gonna do it.
We're gonna turn that in. That's the first thing you
Old
see, you come through West Street to Munhall.
Dropping off at my house.
Take a picture of that eyesore and turn it in.
I met an interesting person who talked about AI for basically our phone system. So you can call up the office and then people just ask general questions like when's trash pickup, when is metal pickup, when are council meetings, blah, blah, blah. And it just basically searches our website and whatever public information is available and answers the question that way. It might be a way to kind of get easier access out to the public, also do the same thing on the internet with a chat bot. Something I would like to look into.
Okay.
All right, fair enough.
We have a tailor for that.
I wouldn't be totally against at least.
It's something we can look into. But
When you pick up your phone, you call someone, you want to scream in your phone 1,000,000 times. Human.
Fair enough.
Human. Customer service.
Yeah.
I mean.
You do have a point.
Also,
We agree on two things.
I also met with several of the insurance brokers, just to kind of get their cards and contact information, because we do want to do an RFP.
That's our last thing. You want to jump to that now?
No, that's all right, I'll get to that. Sarah Merritt represents, is the director of the Pennsylvania Creative Communities, which handles kind of public art and public, it seems like something that might be interesting. I don't know what organization in Munhall would be interested in something like that, but kind of connecting with local organizations that do more artistic counts. We don't always have a good art scene, not the art scene in terms of just something that kind of beautifies our borough a little bit more. Just something to think about.
We got Blight sitting right across the street from us every single day.
Last thing, PennDOT. So this goes into the bridge situation. So I talked to PennDOT extensively about the tip, which we referenced. They recommended to the Southwest region for our two of our bridges on Green Street. They are in the process of doing their new 4-year plan for repairs at the federal level, which means 4 years is the length of time it could take for them to actually fund the project. They do it in a 4-year cycle. They're starting it now. So I'm wondering if we want to actually go after multimodal for the more critical Ravine Street Bridge, which is due in the end of July. And then we get the funding and take care of it next year. Because I'm not sure U.S. Department of Transportation will give us funding anytime soon. And put that on for the other secondary bridges is not as bad.
Still say we wait, I was told to wait.
All right. We'll have to make a decision at some point. What we want to do
Before
with
July.
multimodal.
I'll call my contact and say, hey, I need to know before July.
That's for the one bridge.
Mm-hmm.
Would that open up the road?
Mm-hmm.
Just getting the one
Would open
bridge
the-
fixed? Okay.
Yeah, all right, at the, last Friday, I went to the Alcoasand outfall opening thing, opening ceremony, down on the north side. And I met with Amanda Lutet, we talked for quite a bit there, and we were just talking about just general stuff, and she talked about how Homestead, I'm still gonna present to council as an idea, Homestead ties in their garbage collection with the property taxes. And I would say it was the process of having to do it ourselves. I know Dave is not a fan of it, I don't know what anybody else
I'm not a
thinks.
fan of it.
I'm not a fan of it at all.
All right. She seems to think it works pretty well, but then.
I don't want to have to charge my renters extra money to pay their trash because they pay it right now.
Yeah, and they can pay it quarterly. I think
Yes.
The older people, like if it gets lumped in with taxes, then like if they're late or whatever, and it's like, oh, well, that was the garbage part, and, you know,
I think a
people
lot
are
of
just
people-
used to paying them quarterly.
I think a lot of people be upset because if they pay early, they get a discount too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
How would you include the discount
Yeah.
for paying early? Which I think a lot of people, well, I know my wife would be upset if we didn't have the discount. She likes that. She likes it right away.
I'm just presenting ideas to
That's
council.
what I did. It's cool.
Anybody else got anything on that?
So, well, with that, the iWork should have a system that you can
Yeah.
do the billing from in-house.
Yeah, probably can do a module through that, I'll talk to them about that. We're now, Glenn, I don't know, I'm gonna jump ahead a little bit. Glenn, how do you think that work is working for you so far? You and Taylor have been kind of spearheading it right now. I know we're still getting it set up, but.
I mean, I got a lot of stuff loaded in, as far as for the public works, and I actually, I was off last week, but I started doing the work orders so I can start training others on how to create the work orders and just getting a feel for it and running through everything. I mean, I think, you know, once we get used to it, it should be,
Second nature.
you know, we'll figure out, you know, it's gonna be a challenge figuring out like, with some of the things we do, I won't have a specific location for the work order, but I can make a work order. You know, it's all gonna be like a little bit of trial and error and go from there, but.
Well, I think that maybe, well, we can talk more about it the next month or so, but maybe by July, we can generate at least some kind of a report just to see what it's generating.
Yeah, I mean,
And
this
so we can
Friday I
get
was gonna
council
see how many I can
Yeah.
generate, you know, and work on it. I mean, like I said, just a little bit of trial and error, but it seems like it should be,
Okay,
you
good.
know, good.
That's good to hear. And I'll talk to them about billing options as well. So I have two bids right now. Aruska still has not gotten me another bid for the split unit cooling for the offices.
He said he's gonna have it to you by today, right?
He told me today.
I'll call him tomorrow. If it ain't there by tomorrow, move on.
Yeah. So I've got one anyway. I won't say it publicly right now, but I do have two bids right now. They're comparable in terms of price. I'll wait until we get to Aruska's, and then I'll send out all three out to council.
Thank you.
I mean, just so we have comparison. I'd like to get that done really quickly.
Commission report.
Oh, that was just, I wanted to just mention that the planning commission met, they submitted reports, which I sent to everybody on council. I just didn't know if there's anybody want to talk about it. I'm looking at it right now, see if there's anything critical for the public to be interested in hearing about. Munhall Planning Commission municipal code ordinance needs to be reviewed to ensure alignment with Pennsylvania municipal planning code, so that's something I have to work.
Maybe the planning commission member here, Charlene, if she.
Was there anything highlights from the last meeting you wanted to bring up?
Yeah, I can.
She was kind of waving at it.
Oh, sorry.
Charlene,
I can't see this so close to the.
Just real quick, the two big things.
Charlene, you gotta say your name and address.
Charlene David, 719 East 11th Avenue, Planning Commission member.
Thank you.
So two big things, bylaws. We were hoping, we were going to work on bylaws to just outline the mission, you know, so on and so forth.
and then present that to the solicitor and you guys to go over, to approve. Another really big, huge thing is updating the web page. We felt that the web page really needed updated. I thought it was really funny when you mentioned that we could have an AI tool that could search the web page to answer questions. When you don't really have a web page. So.
We know.
Yeah, so those were the two really big things, because it's really hard to develop anything in Munhall if you really don't know the opportunities that are available here. For example, it'd be really nice if there was something there that would point you to the LERTA documents, that would point you to the opportunities for improvement in Munhall, such as the Allegheny County Recovery Program. That's a great program that anybody could use. It takes approximately, a year to acquire the property, but you get that property back on the tax rolls. So, I mean.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so those were the two big things, getting bylaws. Oh, and also, when you look on the Munhall page, and then you compare it to the law, they don't jive. Like the charter doesn't really jive with the updated law. Yeah. So those were the three big things. So anyway, I'm hoping that he's going to come up with a draft and then present it for you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, so that's an issue with vandalism in the bathrooms in particular. I've instructed Bob to replace all the locks and the doors so we can control who has keys. I've also instructed Nick to get me cameras. We have cameras up there that don't work and installed. So cameras installed to look at the field so we can keep a better eye on it. There's also been some damage to the fence trying to get to the basketball court, right? So the cameras will kind of deal with that. It's just trying to get the working problem for some solutions.
So why isn't the basketball court unlocked at a certain time and locked?
It should be.
I mean, we've discussed this
numerous times.
I don't know how many times.
Before you were on council.
We've discussed this. That basketball court should be on, especially in the summertime.
Unlocked.
Unlock it in the morning. Police have a time, at dusk, lock it back up.
All right, so I will talk with Jamie about getting that done in the schedule.
And like I said, Tim, that was brought up before you got
I mean, the kids are calling 911 to get in the basketball to play basketball.
That's terrible.
We shouldn't have to.
That is insane.
I mean, we shouldn't have to do that.
I never even knew that. I didn't know the kids were dumping down.
They call 911 and then they send a cop over to unlock it.
It should be automatic, you're right, absolutely. It should be.
Mayor, can you make that happen?
They're not.
I'll call, Jamie's on vacation, I'll call
Call
Vince
the
tomorrow
assistant
morning.
chief and make it happen.
I'll call Vince tomorrow morning.
Bob, when you have somebody in the morning, 7 o'clock, when they leave, pop the gate so it's open.
I mean,
And then the police can just lock it because they're here.
And I'll be honest with you, that's part of what Mr. Campbell wanted too.
maybe that'll be better if Public Works unlocks it in the morning, and then I can have the police unlock it.
I
Lock it
understand,
up
but
at 7, 8
the
o'clock.
whole reason I like
whatever we
police
decide.
doing it both sides
I just need to know the
is
time.
it's set into their schedule.
Right.
Starting, and it's clearly their job.
Yeah, we
They have to close
it
it
at times.
So just make sure that, and especially on the weekends as well. They can't do it on the weekends. So if the police are doing opening and closing every day, then it's
7 days a week.
Are we thinking 7 to 7, or what do you think?
I mean,
7
I say until dusk.
until dusk.
Till dusk.
9 o'clock, it's still light.
Okay.
Put it this way, lock it up when the street lights come on.
Yeah. Daylight.
I'd rather them playing basketball there than playing basketball in somebody's car.
I agree.
All right.
And they're not out in the streets doing nothing wrong.
Well, that's not a problem, but I'll get cameras installed.
I'll talk to the assistant chief on that tomorrow.
How long would that take for cameras to get put up, operational?
Maybe a month I have to order them. Also, see, I'll give them an estimate when we can actually get them. And when you get them set up.
But we're ready to go on this before the cameras are set up, we're ready to go now?
Okay. Yeah, I mean, someone in Wisconsin told me that we should probably get insurance, so I don't know how to write an RFP for insurance, so I have to figure that one out. But we should definitely do that and see what kind of better deals we can get, because I'm sure we get something better. I mean, I have no problem with our current insurance, but I think we get something cheaper.
You'd have to have something to give them with our coverages right now, correct? So they're bidding on the same thing.
They all have to bid on the same thing, yeah.
Right, so you'd have to give them.
Yeah, I'll pull up what our actual current coverages are and then ask them. But there's a little more to it, because there's a legal component to preparing RFP for insurance. I gotta do that. You gotta make sure you do it properly.
Any old business?
Make sure the buildings are covered
Yeah.
and all the vehicles.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Going back to the signage, maybe we can go through the council of governments to borrow some signage.
Okay.
In a government cooperation, maybe. You know how many of these signs are sitting around?
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
Oh, somewhere.
Even the state, we might be able to get something from the state if we have to.
All right.
Local governments were on the call.
Go ahead, Mike.
At the end of this meeting, I'm going to send over George Thompson's cell phone number to you and David.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
No problem.
All right, any old business?
Old business, I got the vending at Westfield, what's going on with that? We approved him in March to advertise for the,
Yeah, no, I know. It's,
that we haven't done.
got dropped on my bar. I guess the question I have, like, ideas were for council is, it's not like I could put that in the newspaper, it's not a newspaper thing. Any ideas on how I could actually get that out to?
We have a borough page.
Yeah,
I mean.
we can definitely put it on the website, the Facebook page, that's the inside citizen even, but I don't know if the reach on those is that great, so. Anyway,
Haven't a couple of the hot dog places used it already? Happy Hippie and there's another hot dog.
Well, they've submitted, I've got a
Logan Ave.
proposal from Happy Hippie,
Okay.
but I don't wanna just go with them because it's unfair, it's cheap.
Right, you need
So,
to be fair.
all right, I will get that done tomorrow.
All right, any other old business? I need an motion.
I guess it's kind of old, but I guess it's not old, it's really new.
Comments?
Just remember, everybody, on this
We did
Saturday
comments
is our
earlier.
You missed it.
125th.
Well, I thought there was at the end.
No, it was,
Okay.
it must have been, I thought you left. What do you have, you,
No, it's just,
come on up.
just go get an awning for the door out there. That time you pay the engineer, that, you could put a small gable entrance here for a lot less money. No, I just wanted to, I actually went to the county.
Name and address.
Sheriff Markham,
Address.
you know where I live.
They did have it for
1151 Friday.
1151 what?
Friday night.
Thank you, sir.
I ended up catching the supervisor with the county, and I asked them about, they milled our entry, and I didn't want to see them paved in there because there's this much asphalt left. He said, oh no, we'll take care of it. They actually paved down onto the level portion. Now, it would be real nice if somebody would do the other end. For people, coming in the other end. Because it's so bad, it could be a hazard for somebody trying to watch traffic and try to pull out. But the county, he did exactly what he said he was going to do. It took me one day.
Mr. Parker, have you been to West Mifflin?
Huh?
Have you been to West Mifflin's meeting asking them to do it?
Huh? No, well, I'll have to do that then. In fact,
Because
you know what?
it's on Browley Lane, and that's not our road.
You want me to get the maps back out? The road is shared by two communities, okay? Now, I'll look up that end, because the state sent me the drawings when Briley Lane was changed, okay? Okay, well, why don't you guys approach West Mifflin? It's the borough's responsibility. At one time, Munhall worked it out with West Mifflin. They had their own paving crew. They were gonna pave it, and I think Munhall was gonna pay for the material or something. So when the surveyor was down there, they were taking elevations because of stormwater, they said, well, there's 8 houses in Munhall and 1 house in West Mifflin. We think Munhall should take care of the stormwater.
Mr. Barker, I will talk to somebody in West Mifflin and see what I can get done.
Well, I mean,
I will see.
You know what's really sad? 32 years I've been trying to get
You
the
just
street
asked us
fixed
to talk
up.
to West Mifflin.
Okay.
You've told us this stuff before.
And it took me 1 hour to take care of a one.
We will, I will call West Mifflin, the people I have up in West Mifflin, and see if I can get somebody to see.
Well, I talked to Dan Davis about this last week.
I'm gonna pull the drawing back. This is just,
They grade it, that's what they do, and they're not expecting.
you guys paid
West
with
Mifflin is
theirs.
not expecting us.
We were just doing that to help our people.
It lasted,
I mean, we did try to do something, right?
West Mifflin has done a lot there.
But that's a West Mifflin road. It's not our road.
Well, let's get a survey done.
You can.
Is that, I'm not going to.
Why
If
do
you
we have
guys
to?
want to hang your hat on West Mifflin owning that street, you got another thing coming.
That's what I've been told since I've been here.
Yeah,
By everybody.
but in the state, they even put a catch basin in when they were redoing Briley Lane. They put one in so that they can finally hook the, here's the deal, Munhall Borough put a storm catch basin in there. Now they own it.
Right, so we don't want to pave it and own it.
Okay, no, you put the storm water catch basin in.
You said West Mifflin put it in.
No, Vicky Hartwoods put it in.
Oh.
Bob,
There you go.
were you here back then when they did it? There's a depression where it's at.
Yeah, it's
So
because
now
it's
you
not
own that.
It's not connected to the system, that's the problem.
Well, but no, they dumped the tractor trailer load of gravel. Now, just fix it right the first time. Now Munhall's paying for all kinds of stuff. Like that wall down here, that, by the houses out.
Mr. Barker, I will talk to West Mifflin. Is that good enough for you?
Well, I'd like to see something done.
Would you let me talk to him first?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, thank you.
But I'd like to
Thank
see
you,
something
sir.
done. It's
I
not
will
fair
try.
to those people up there.
I've never told you I'd try, have I?
Yeah.
Give me the chance.
We'll see what
All right,
happens.
I need a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Motion to adjourn.
All in favor? Thank you.